A very special guest. He is a former Bellator World Lightweight Champion. He is competing Saturday, July 31st, Bellator 263, live at the Forum in Englewood, California, live on Showtime TV. We are talking to the former champ, Brent Primus, who's looking to make it 3 straight wins. Brent, how's it going?
Going good, man. Just got done with my last hard sparring session, and thank goodness, man. It was a brutal one.
You've had quite a long layoff. You've only had 1 loss in your professional career. Very impressive career. Your last 2 wins, back-to-back, I believe, submissions. Very impressive submissions at that. But I believe you haven't fought since before the pandemic really kind of blew up. So how's your long layoff been? What have you learned about yourself? And how ready are you to get back in the cage?
Oh, man, I'm ready for sure. But I don't really feel like I've taken time off. I've had 2 fights get canceled from COVID this year. I went through 2 full fight camps, cut 30 pounds on each of them. And I was supposed to fight Yamauchi in July. And then I had another one in December. And man, I've been grinding in the gym nonstop. So no breaks for me.
Yeah. And man, no breaks for you. You're facing a tough guy. One of Khabib's teammates, Islam Mamedov. A lot of hype around him. I feel like in some ways, just due to your inactivity, no fault of your own, you've been kind of overlooked a little bit heading into this fight, despite your impressive career up to this point. Do you feel like you're kind of the underdog heading into the cage?
I don't think I'm the underdog. I feel confident. I feel like I'm going to knock this guy out or submit him, So I'm ready for anything. I feel great. Let's go.
Now, I saw on Twitter, you weren't really happy about the Bellator rankings. Now, granted, you weren't on there because of quote unquote inactivity. But again, I feel like some people are still kind of overlooking you. Is there some extra motivation there saying that your name not in there, despite the fact that based on your record and your overall track record with Bellator, that you should probably be close to the top?
Yeah, I think it's bullshit because, it's not my fault that I had fights canceled because of COVID. Like I've been training my butt off. Oh man, it's irritating. And I feel like there's guys in the top 10 that haven't fought in 15 months too. So yeah, I'm not happy about the whole situation, man. Like, I feel like I've been begging to fight Patricky or any of the top 10 or any of the top 5 guys, Queally, anybody, and they keep on offering me guys that I have to look up and Google because I don't know who the hell they are, and it's just freaking frustrating. So at this time, I'm just like, man, I don't care. I'll fight anybody. And so here I am fighting Islam, and I know he's a tough guy and he should be maybe in the top 10, but I just feel like he should fight somebody in Bellator before he fights me, I feel, but it is what it is, man. Like you said, yeah, I kind of want to go in there and smash this dude and make a statement for sure.
Definitely made a statement in your last couple of fights. I just want to read you where you've been your last 4 fights. Madison Square Garden, where you won the world title, Honolulu for the second Chandler fight, Birmingham, England, then Dublin, and now you're going to be at the Forum July 31st in front of the first real capacity crowd since the pandemic. What kind of ride has it been for you just going through this whole experience?
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. Like, I think it's one plus side to it is like, it's cool to travel, and see things and see the world, when you're fighting and stuff like that's cool. But it's also cool to, fight where my family can go. So I'm fighting in California. So it's going to be cool to have my family and friends there. So that's going to be awesome. But yeah, man, I've been active. I've been training my butt off in the gym. I haven't taken any breaks, and I'm ready. And it's going to be awesome to have a full crowd for sure. I thought it'd be kind of weird to fight in silence without a crowd. I thought it'd be kind of weird. So just the energy level and everything. So I'm excited. There's going to be a crowd for sure.
Now, assuming the fight goes your way, I think it's safe to assume that you're either going to ask for a title shot or, depending on Pitbull's availability, ask for an interim title shot.
Yeah. I heard Scott saying he doesn't really want to do interim title shots, which I saw they were doing it for like the heavyweights or whatever. But yeah, I want Patricio. That's who I want, man. I want that belt back. And I think me and Patricio would be a great fight. I think that I'm too big and too powerful for him. And I'd love the opportunity to smash that dude for sure. Even though I think he's a great fighter and I respect him for sure. Him and his brother, they're fighters, but I want that opportunity to break that dude.
Before we let you go, I know you got a lot of training, a lot of interviews coming up. We like to ask all our guests some kind of rapid fire questions just to get to know them better. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. If you weren't an MMA fighter, what would you be?
If I wasn't.
Yeah.
Ooh,
if you have an alternate career path.
Yeah. What the hell would I be doing, dude? I always wanted to become a professional soccer player, and I played soccer my whole life, and so I think that would have been cool. But I also am humongous into cannabis, and I think it'd be cool. I used to grow a bunch of cannabis for medical marijuana patients way back in the day, and so man, I have my own farm, be growing pounds and pounds of the best marijuana around.
Does it piss you off that so many commissions and the IOC and all these governing bodies are still so slow to kind of evolve with marijuana and cannabis and everything these days, as far as like looking at it as a performance enhancer and trying to punish fighters for picograms of weed or traces or anything like that? I mean, it's 2021.
Yeah, it's so frustrating, man. It's so frustrating. Like, especially since it's legal in so many states, and in my state, in California, it's legal, and it's frustrating. And I had to quit smoking weed like 3-4 weeks ago, and I get so grumpy. It's hard for me to eat, hard to sleep, and I just feel like it just calms me down, and it's such a relaxing thing after training and brawling all day. And hell yeah, it's frustrating, man. Come on, you guys. I saw Nevada just passed it, so they're not going to find any fighters now, and I just hope that everybody gets on the same page soon.
When you're not fighting, when you're not training, what are your favorite things to do outside of the cage?
Hang out with my kids, man. My kids and are probably boring, stupid answer, I guess, but just my kids, man. I love hanging out with my family. My kids are my world. And other than that, like I have a boat. I like to be on the lake, and I live in Oregon, the rivers and hiking, and pretty much outside doing something all day long. But definitely, man, my kids are my highlight for sure.
I'd imagine by now they're kind of used to this crazy lifestyle of yours.
Yeah, for sure. I hardly get to see them right now. It sucks. I live in Eugene, which is 2 hours away from Portland, and I usually do conditioning at 6 or 7 in the morning, and I drive straight to Portland. I spar here, train here, and I drive back 2 hours, and I do another training session in Eugene, and then I usually get home and they're either asleep or getting put down, for bed or whatever. And so I don't really get to see them that much right now, which really sucks. But after the fight, I'm just going to take like a couple weeks off and just hang out with them and spoil them.
When you're hanging out with them, when you're being a great dad, when you're not getting ready for a fight, what's your favorite cheat meal?
I don't know if I have a favorite one. I just like to eat carbs, pizza, burgers, spaghetti. I love sweets, man. Pies, ice cream, cookies, cake. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to go to Vegas right after my fight. And I'm going to hit up every damn buffet, and I'm going to try not to blow up this time, man. I can get to like 190 in just like a few days after my fight. So I'm going to try to stay in the 80s this time.
That sounds good. I heard the Caesars buffet is actually like legendary. I've not tried it.
Oh, what? Yeah. I'm staying at the Caesars Palace, man. The hell yeah. That's badass.
That's awesome. What is your most awkward MMA moment? Not counting any losses, just something wacky that happened to you that you just thought, man, only in MMA.
Damn. Let me think, man. That's hard to say. I'm not going to say his name, but I had 3 guys do Shark Tank on me every minute just now. And I just choked one of them. I got one of them in a submission, and pants were off, and he didn't even realize it because he was going to choke. And so he's naked as I was choking him just now, but I thought that was funny. But I don't know, man. There's probably been so many of them. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, I just thought that's funny.
Take away Patricio Pitbull, take away the third Michael Chandler fight. He's now in the UFC. Who's somebody that you would just like to fight, that you like to test yourself against? Anybody currently in your division, could be in the promotion, out of the promotion. Maybe you want to do something of a cross promotion. Is there somebody you have your eye on? You're like, man, I would just love to test myself against this dude.
Money wise, I'd love to fight one of the Paul brothers, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, one of those guys. Give me some millions of bucks, man. I'll fight those dudes any day. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, they're on Showtime now. Bellator's on Showtime. Paul brothers on Showtime. I mean, you never know.
Maybe I gotta call one of those dudes out, and another thing is, like, I'm fighting Islam, and I'm pretty sure Khabib's gonna be cornering him. They're training partners or whatever, and maybe I know he's retired, so maybe I can call out Khabib for a grappling match. Be like, man, let's do a Russian Sambo versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, man. I'd love to test the waters with that guy, and I feel like I can sub him. But yeah, so that'd be kind of cool. But definitely if one of those Paul brothers pay me $1 million, man, I'll go out there and knock one of those guys out for sure.
You mentioned grappling. You did a grappling match, I believe, months back with Jake Shields. You look good. Any plans for another grappling match coming up?
Right now, my focus is MMA, man. I got to get that belt back. That's like, man, that's all I'm thinking about right now. But I think the grappling matches and the super matches and jiu-jitsu and everything, that's going to be there all the time, always for life. I feel like I can put the gi on when I'm 40 years old, 50 years old, and still grapple for sure. But I mean, jiu-jitsu is my life. It's where I started. It's everything to me. You know, I love jiu-jitsu, and so I feel like even when I retire, that I'll still be doing super matches and grappling matches. You know, so that's always gonna be on the table, I feel.
I don't know if this is a Wikipedia fact or fiction. Did it really only take you 6 years to get your black belt?
Yeah, man, it was fast. And I think honestly, I would have gotten it faster if I had somebody that could promoted me to my black belt. I had to there's nobody at my gym that could have given me my black belt. So I had to fly to Arizona, and I got it from Megaton. But I just caught on jiu-jitsu so fast. I put everything into it, you know, and I got my blue belt in 3 weeks. I went and won Pan Americans. I had 8 matches. There's 140 dudes in my division, and just 3 weeks of training, and I got my blue belt and won a bunch of tournaments, and I just caught into it so fast. And I literally, when I wasn't grappling, I was watching grappling matches, and I did every single grappling match that I could in Oregon, and drove around and did every single tournament I could. And I just kind of flew through them for sure.
What is the best piece of advice you give any aspiring pro MMA fighters watching or listening to this interview?
Stay consistent, head up, don't get frustrated. It's a hard sport, but man, if you just stay consistent and you're bound to get good, and you're bound to, evolve. And another thing is probably, I think it's gotten a lot better than it is now when I first started training. But when I first started training, we used to spar and brawl every day and just blast each other. And so it's already gotten so much better, you know, I only spar really twice a week now, and it's also controlled and stuff like that. But, back in the day, just kill or be killed, man, just mopping the floor with everybody we could, you know? So, yeah, train smart and just be consistent. And I see so many people taking time off, from the gym, and that's a major killer for sure.
Where can fans find you online?
Brent Primus 155. Check me out on Instagram, and in 8 days, man, check me out on Showtime at Bellator. It's going to be an awesome fight. Islam's a great fighter, and we're going to put his skills to the test for sure.
Awesome. Bellator 263 live on Showtime, July 31st at the Forum. It will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the main card. Looking forward to it. Brent, thanks so much for your time, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.